Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Unknown Hobo. We're still in season 1. It's actually episode 4. The current date is, August 13, 2020. So once again, if you're in the future, hello. So it's been a very weirdly uneventful but funny week. Now, what we're going to be talking about is first the second stimulus check that apparently is probably not coming anymore. Kamala Harris is Joe Biden's VP, and I have a lot of thoughts about that, but we'll go over that later. And TikTok has, I think at this point, less than 30 days, or companies that are associated with other companies in China, from my understanding, have around 30 days to pretty much cut ties for the most part. But let's get into this. So first thing is the second stimulus check. So if you've been watching or listening or, smelling, whichever you're doing, one of my older podcasts, you know that apparently the Republicans and Steve Mnuchin and everybody set up like, yeah, we're going to have everything done by the 31st of last month. Well, as you guessed, that was last month. No stimulus package was passed. The Democrats are just not budging at all. They refuse to have any sort of like sectional bills get passed through so we can get something running. Like Nancy Pelosi said at the beginning, hey, we are willing to compromise if on certain stuff, if you let the unemployment amount stay the same, or the stimulus amount stay the same. It all depending on each other. So I'm like, okay, cool. So at least we know a stimulus package is going to come through if at least the unemployment stays around the same, or if the stimulus package amount is the same amount. Well, it was proposed that the stimulus package was the same $1,200, and the unemployment, I think one of the proposals was it going down just slightly to $500. It makes sense. You just gauge it down a little bit. Oh, guess what? No, it didn't happen. So that just felt like a pure lie. Now they're like, well, we want to work on this and this and this. Well, you guys said to everybody, like, I'm paraphrasing, by the way, like, this depends on this. If those two are correlating together, then just do a bill for those two. But nope, can't do that because those are the two bills that will drive any special interest. Well, not two bills, I should say. The two sections, because unemployment affects a ton of people. The stimulus check affects a ton of people. And if they let both of those go, all that's left is stuff business related. So right now it's like you're stalling saying, oh, well, we need money for schools. We need money for this. And I'm like, bro, okay, cool. You can still talk about schools. But you already made an agreement saying, hey, if the unemployment is a certain amount or if the stimulus check is a certain amount, we're good. Past only that section so people can be helped. At least like Donald Trump went and wrote like an executive order for something. At least something's happening. So I guess that's like kind of a small win. But I don't know, man. I don't think there's another stimulus check that's going to be coming. It'd be nice if it does. Everybody wants free money. So it'd be really cool if an actual other stimulus check does show up in the future. But at this point, it looks like it might not even happen. Like, apparently they added an extra week. I can't remember if it was Senate. I gotta double check this sometimes. Added an extra week so it can go campaigning. I'm like, real? I'm like, bro, this stuff better be passed before that. Because like, you gave a deadline and you guys are going on vacation. And if I'm correct, they're gonna literally only work 6 weeks for like the rest of the year. 6 weeks? We're on the 8th month. Last time I checked, there's like 4 more months. What? They're only going to be working half. What? A month and a half. You're going to be working a month and a half. Like, I wish I could take that many vacation days at work. I wish. It's actually ridiculous. Now, outside of that, well, not even outside of that, like still in politics world, Joe Biden selected Kamala Harris as his VP, and the internet is on fire, and it's like the funniest type of fire, like the fire that started from you lighting a cigarette and you thought you put the match out and it fell on the ground and it lit your pants on fire, and then your pants got on fire, you try to drop and roll, and then it lit everything else around you on fire. And then by the time it's done and over with, everything around you is burned to a crisp. That's what has happened We're right now at the pants on fire part. We're about to get to the rolling soon. Like, I don't understand. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I do understand. I do understand why I picked Kamala Harris. So, like, the last stat I was reading about her, she votes, I think, at a 90% percentile with Bernie Sanders. And I'm thinking, well, why didn't you just pick Bernie Sanders? He's a more popular version. But that's not why they pick her. They probably picked her for the black vote. Well, my boys, she ain't it. She definitely ain't it. I think a bunch of black people are like outside. I think majority of the black people that aren't in like the super elitist, like, yeah, blah, 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 we hate you, whatever. She ain't it, my boys. Like, everything I've read about her has been just bad. And it's not like I'm going to like the mainstream news to read about it. It's just reading about the fact that I guess she blocked some DNA testing for somebody that was like a death row inmate that was about to die. I'm like, why would you even do that? Like, you want to keep people in prison because it's pretty much free labor. And apparently Joe Biden has some hand in that. Both of them did. So it's really crazy. Some of the other podcasts I was watching was saying pretty much if you jump back to 2015 and just read anything about Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, you will see people calling them both corrupt like crazy. But now they're upstanding citizens. They're doing everything for everybody. They're amazing. And I'm just like, my boy, this ain't it. This definitely ain't it. Like, Joe Biden apparently doesn't intend to even run a second term. And the way I'm feeling about it, and I think a lot of people are, I feel like they're just saying, you know what, we can just have Trump win and then we'll just go for 2024. That's what it's starting to seem like. Like, this lady dropped out of the election before her own state or her own district or whatever got to vote for her. And I'm like, wow, that's some solid fate there, my boy. Solid fate. But we'll see how things turn out. I think this was like the first time I saw Joe Biden like talk in weeks. So that was fun. But outside of those, I'll keep up to date on the whole Kamala Harris thing. Oh, I forgot about it. Should definitely probably mention this. So if you go to Google and if you go to the language and change the primary language to English and then the secondary language to Finnish, like it's like with two N's. So Finnish, and in the English section, if you type in horrible, apparently the word horrible converts to Kamala. So yeah, that's funny. Quite funny. So outside of that, we'll leave that alone. Now let's jump over to good old TikTok world. So TikTok world has been progressively getting more and more escalated. So President Trump did sign an executive order about it not a few days ago, about a week or so ago, giving majority of companies 45 days to pretty much cut ties or sell their shares or whatever they have to do with a lot of Chinese companies. Now, people are worried about like Tencent, all these other places that have video games over here. And I was reading another article after that, just pretty much stating that, hey, you don't really have to worry about those. Now, Microsoft is still in the mix of, from my understanding, wanting to buy TikTok. Now, if Microsoft goes and buys all those, Microsoft by itself is going to become a monster and pretty much is going to go to the point where Google is, which it was already pretty close because they do own like a pretty giant market share of the like consumer PCs. Because I mean, it's literally you get yourself a Windows like laptop or desktop, whatever. By the way, just for the people that don't randomly know, Windows is a Mac product. Not just a Mac product, it's a Microsoft product. Anyways, you have those. You have all your iPhones and your iPads and your iPad Pros, and then like Mac Minis, everything like that. Those are all Apple-based products. And now there's Google, which has their own Google laptops and everything else, which those are amazing as they are, but they're not very they're for a very niche crowd, I would say. That's the best thing for Google Chrome devices. They're for very niche people outside of Android phones. But if they were to take TikTok over, and if they were to take other sectors over, I think they would get closer to Google, where there'll be just a giant, very, very, very close to a monopoly. Because the only real competition currently for Google is like Bing. Like, I use Bing, but in all honesty, the only reason I even use Bing is for the rewards. That's pretty much it. Because any hardcore research I do, I'm just going to keep looking anyway. So I have Bing set up as my default browser on my Google Chrome. And I just get the rewards, get my little $5 Renos, and go and buy me something for the cheap on Amazon. Just let you know, that wasn't sponsored at all. I just do it because I like saving money. But besides that, we'll see how things turn out. Now, I'll see you guys next week. I'm actually going to be trying to see if I can pump out the episodes every week instead of bi-weekly, just so I can get a little bit more consistent, a little bit more comfortable. And if you guys recommend anything, my email should be in the description, so shoot a topic over to me. Actually, a video also, because I do have my YouTube channel. All you have to do is just type my name in on YouTube, Marlon Mohabier, and you'll go straight to that. And if it's a video or something, I'll do my reaction to that or my thoughts on it there or here. But besides that, I will see you guys later, and happy Christmas, because I think Christmas is coming up. Hopefully they don't cancel Christmas, but I'll see you later.